Hello, my name is Deanne, and this is Deanne's Treasure Studio, where I read gaming content not available on Audible. Today is Free Reading 2024, Chapter 6, Equipment. The right equipment can make the difference between success and failure for adventurers. This chapter provides rules and prices for weapons, armor, and other kinds of equipment that the characters might purchase or find. The DM lets you know if a shop has an item for sale, whether it's available at the listed price. Coins. Characters often find coins on their adventures and can spend these coins in shops, inns, and other businesses. Coins come in different denominations based on the relative worth of their material. The coin values table lists coins and how much they're worth relative to the gold piece, which is the gamer's main coin. For example, 100 copper pieces is worth 1 gold piece. A coin weighs about a third of an ounce, so 50 coins weighs a pound. Coin values. Copper piece 1 to 100, silver piece 1 to 10, electrum piece 1 to 2, gold piece 1, platinum 10. Selling equipment. Box text, by the way. Equipment fetches half its cost when sold. In contrast, trade goods and valuables like gems and art objects retain their full value in the marketplace. The Dungeon Master's Guide has prices for magic items. Weapons. The weapons table in this section shows the game's main weapons. The table lists the cost and weight of each weapon, as well as the following details. Category. Each weapon falls into a category, simple or martial. Martial proficiencies are usually tied to one of these categories. For example, you might have proficiency with simple weapons. Melee or ranged. A weapon is classified as either melee or ranged. The melee weapon is used to attack a target within 5 feet, whereas the ranged weapon is used to attack at a greater distance. Damage. The table lists the amount of damage a weapon deals when an attacker hits with it, as well as the type of damage. Properties. Any properties a weapon has are listed in the property column. Each property is defined in the properties section. Mastery. Each weapon has a mastery property, which is defined in the mastery properties section. Later in this chapter, to use that property, you must have a feature that lets you use it. Weapons. Simple weapons. Club. 1d4 bludgeoning, light, slow, 2 pounds, 1 silver. Dagger. 1d4 piercing, finesse, light, thrown, range, 20/60. Nick, 1 pound, 2 gold pieces. Great club. 1d8 bludgeoning, two-handed, push, 10 pounds, 2 silver pieces. Hand axe. 1d6 light, thrown, range 20/60. Vex, 2 pounds, 5 gold pieces. Javelin, 1d6 piercing, thrown, range 30/120. Slow, 2 pounds, 5 silver pieces. Light hammer, 1d4 bludgeoning, light, thrown, range 20/60. Nick, 2 pounds, 2 gold pieces. Mace, 1d6 bludgeoning. Sap, 4 pounds, 5 gold pieces. Quarterstaff, 1d6 bludgeoning. Versatile, 1d8. Topple, 4 pounds, 2 silver pieces. Sickle, 1d4 slashing. Light, nick, 2 pounds, 1 gold piece. spear. 1d6 piercing, thrown, range 20/60. Versatile, 1d8. Sap, 3 pounds, 1 gold piece. Simple ranged weapons. Dart, 1d4 piercing. Finesse, thrown, range 20/60. Vex, 1/4 of a pound, 5 copper pieces. Light crossbow, 1d8 piercing. Ammunition, range 80/320. Bolt, loading, two-handed. Slow, 5 pounds, 25 gold pieces. Short bow, 1d6 piercing. Ammunition, range 80/320. Arrow, two-handed. Vex, 2 pounds, 25 gold pieces. Sling, 1d4 bludgeoning. Ammunition, range 30/120. Bullet, slow, 1 silver piece. Martial melee weapons. Battle axe, 1d8 slashing. Versatile, 1d10. Topple, 4 pounds, 10 gold pieces. Flail, 1d8 bludgeoning. Sap, 2 pounds, 10 gold pieces. Glaive, 1d10 slashing. Heavy reach, two-handed. Graze, 6 pounds, 20 gold pieces. Great axe, 1d12 slashing. Heavy, two-handed. Cleave, 7 pounds, 30 gold pieces. Great sword, 2d6 slashing. Heavy, two-handed. Graze, 6 pounds, 50 gold pieces. Halberd, 1d10 slashing. Heavy, reach, two-handed. Cleave, 6 pounds, 20 gold pieces. Lance, 1d10 piercing. Heavy, reach, two-handed unless mounted. Topple, 6 pounds, 10 gold pieces. Long sword, 1d6 slashing. Versatile, 1d10. Sap, 3 pounds, 15 gold pieces. Maul, 2d6 bludgeoning. Heavy, two-handed. Topple, 10 pounds, 10 gold pieces. Morning Star, 1d6 piercing. Sap, 4 pounds, 15 gold pieces. Pike, 1d10 piercing. Heavy, reach, two-handed. Push, 18 pounds, 5 gold pieces. The Rapier, it does 1d6 piercing. Finesse, Vex, 2 pounds, 25 gold pieces. The Scimitar, 1d6 slashing. Finesse, light, nick, 3 pounds, 25 gold pieces. Short sword, 1d6 piercing. Finesse, light, Vex, 2 pounds, 10 gold pieces. The Trident, 1d8 piercing. Thrown, range 20/60. Versatile, 1d10. Topple, 4 pounds, 5 gold pieces. Warhammer, 1d8 bludgeoning. Versatile, 1d10. Push, 5 pounds, 15 gold pieces. War Pick, 1d8 piercing. Versatile, 1d10. Sap, 2 pounds, 5 gold pieces. The Whip, 1d4 slashing. Finesse, reach, slow, 3 pounds, 2 gold pieces. Martial ranged weapons. Blow gun, 1 piercing. Ammunition, range 25/100. Needle, loading. Vex, 1 pound, 10 gold pieces. Hand crossbow, 1d6 piercing. Ammunition, range 30/120. Bolt, light, loading. Vex, 3 pounds, 75 gold pieces. Heavy crossbow, 1d10 piercing. Ammunition, range 100/400. Bolt, heavy, loading. Two-handed. Push, 18 pounds, 50 gold pieces. Longbow, 1d8 piercing. Ammunition, range 150/600. Arrow, heavy, two-handed, slow, 2 pounds, 50 gold pieces. Musket, 1d6 piercing. Ammunition range, 40/120. Bullet, loading, two-handed, slow, 10 pounds, 500 gold pieces. Pistol, 1d10 piercing. Ammunition range, 30/90. Bullet, loading, vex, 3 pounds, 250 gold pieces. Weapon proficiency. Anyone can wield a weapon, but you must have proficiency to it to add your proficiency bonus to an attack roll you make with it. A player character's features can provide weapon proficiencies. A monster is proficient with any weapon in its stat block. Properties. There are definitions of the properties in the properties column of the weapons table. Ammunition. You can use a weapon that has ammunition property to make a ranged attack only if you have ammunition to fire from it. The type of ammunition required is specified with the weapon's range. Each attack extends one piece of ammunition. Drawing the ammunition is part of the attack. You need a free hand to load and one-handed load a one-handed weapon. After a fire, you can spend 1 minute to recover half the ammunition, rounded down. To use in the fight, the rest is lost. I'm going to read that last sentence one more time. After the fight, you can spend 1 minute to recover half the ammunition rounded down you used in the fight. The rest is lost. Finesse. When making an attack with a finesse weapon, let me read that again. When you make an attack with a finesse weapon, use your choice of your strength or dexterity modifier for the attack and damage rolls. You must use the same modifier for both rolls. Heavy. You have disadvantage on attack rolls with a heavy weapon if it's a mace weapon and your strength score isn't at least 13, or if it's a ranged weapon and your dexterity score isn't at least a 13. Improvised weapons. If you use an object such as a table leg, frying pan, or bottle as a makeshift weapon, see improvised weapons in the rules glossary. Also, see these rules if you wield a weapon in an unusual way, such as using a ranged weapon as a melee attack. Light. When you take the attack action on your turn and attack with a light weapon, you can make one extra attack as a bonus action later on in the same turn. The extra attack must be made with a different light weapon, and you don't add your ability modifier to the extra attack's damage unless that modifier is negative. For example, you can attack with a short sword in one hand and a dagger in the other using the attack action as a bonus action, but you don't add your strength or dexterity modifier to the damage roll of the bonus action unless your modifier is negative. Loading. You can fire only one piece of ammunition from a loading weapon when you use an action as a bonus action or a reaction to fire it, regardless of the number of attacks you can normally make. Range. A ranged weapon has a range in parentheses after the ammunition or thrown property. The range lists two numbers. The first is the weapon's normal range in feet. The second is the weapon's long range. When attacking a target beyond normal range, you have disadvantage on the attack roll. You can't attack a target beyond the long range. Reach. A reach weapon adds 5 feet to your reach when you attack with it. as well as determining your reach for opportunity attacks with it. Thrown. If a weapon has the thrown property, you can throw the weapon to make a ranged attack, and you can draw that weapon as part of the attack. If the weapon is a melee weapon, use the same ability modifier for the attack and the damage rolls that you use for the melee attack with that weapon. Two-handed. A two-handed weapon requires two hands when you attack with it. Versatile. A versatile weapon can be used with one hand or two hands. The damage value in the parentheses appears with the property. The weapon deals the damage when used with two hands to make a melee attack. Mastery properties. Each weapon has mastery property which is used when your character who has this feat, such as a weapon mastery, that unlocks the property for the character. The properties are defined below. Cleave. If you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack roll using this weapon, you can make a melee attack roll with the weapon against a second creature within 5 feet of the first that is also within your reach. On the hit, the second creature takes this weapon's damage, but don't add your ability modifier to that damage unless the modifier is negative. You can make the extra attack only once per turn. Graze. Your attack roll with this weapon misses a creature. You can deal damage to that creature equal to the ability modifier you used to make the attack roll. This damage is the same type dealt by the weapon, and the damage can be increased by increasing your ability modifier. Nick. When you make an extra attack of the light property, you can make it as part of the attack action instead of a bonus action. You can make this extra attack only once per turn. Push. If you hit a creature with this weapon, you can push the creature up to 10 feet straight away from yourself if it's a large or smaller. Sap. If you hit a creature with this weapon, the creature has disadvantage on their next roll before the start of your next turn. Slow. If you hit a creature with this weapon and deal damage to it, you can reduce the speed by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. If the creature is hit more than once by weapons that have this property, the second reduction doesn't exceed 10 feet. Topple. If you hit a creature with this weapon, you can force the creature to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 8 plus the ability modifier used to make the attack roll, and your proficiency bonus. On a failed save, the creature has the prone condition. Vex. If you hit a creature with this weapon and damage to the creature, you have advantage on your next attack roll against that creature before the end of your next turn. Armor. The armor table lists the game's main armor. The table includes the cost and weight of armor as well as the following details. Category. Each type of armor falls into a category: light, medium, or heavy. The category determines how long it takes to don off the armor as shown on the table. Armor class, AC. The table's armor class column tells you what your base AC is when you wear a type of armor. For example, if you wear leather armor, your base AC is 11 plus your dexterity modifier, whereas your AC is 16 in chainmail. Strength. If the table shows a strength score In the strength column for the armor type, that armor reduces the wearer's speed by 10 feet unless the wearer has a strength score equal to or greater than the listed score. Stealth. If the table shows a disadvantage in the stealth column for an armor type, the wearer has disadvantage on dexterity stealth checks. Armor. Light armor, 1 minute to don or doff. Padded armor, 11 plus dexterity modifier. Stealth disadvantage, 8 pounds, 5 gold pieces. Leather armor, 11 plus dexterity modifier. 10 pounds, 10 gold pieces. Studded leather armor, 12 plus dexterity modifier. 13 pounds, 45 gold pieces. Medium armor, 5 minutes to don and 1 minute to doff. Hide armor, 12 plus dexterity modifier, max 2, 12 pounds, 10 gold pieces. Chain shirt, 13 plus dexterity modifier, max 2, 20 pounds, 50 gold pieces. Scale mail, 14 plus dexterity modifier, max 2, disadvantage, 45 pounds, 50 gold pieces. Breastplate, 14 plus dexterity modifier, max 2, 20 pounds, 400 gold pieces. Half plate armor, 15 plus dex modifier, max 2, disadvantage, 40 pounds, 750 gold pieces. Heavy armor, 10 minutes to don and 5 minutes to doff. Ring mail, 14, disadvantage, 40 pounds, 30 gold pieces. Chain mail, 16, strength 13, disadvantage 55 pounds, 75 gold pieces. Splint armor, AC of 17, strength 15, disadvantage 60 pounds, 200 gold pieces. Plate armor, 18, strength 15, disadvantage 65 pounds and 1,500 gold pieces. Shield, utilize action to don or doff. Shields adds a +2, 6 pounds, 10 gold pieces. Armor training. Anyone can don armor or hold a shield, but only those with training can use them effectively, as explained below. A character's class and other features determine a character's armor training. A monster has training with any armor in its stack block. Light, medium, or heavy armor. If you wear light, medium, or heavy armor and lack the training with it, you have disadvantage on any D20 test that involves strength or dexterity, and you can't cast spells. Shield. You gain the armor class benefit of a shield only if you have training with it. One at a time. A creature can wear only one suit of armor at a time and wield only one shield at a time. Variant. Equipment sizes. In most campaigns, you can wear any equipment that you find on adventures within the bounds of common sense. For example, an orc adventurer won't fit a halfling's leather armor, and a cloud giant's robe would be far too large for a gnome. The DM can impose more realism. For example, a suit of plate armor made for one human might not fit another without significant alterations. And a guard's uniform might be visibly ill-fitting when an adventurer tries to wear it as a disguise. Use this variant when adventurers find armor, clothing, and similar items that are made to be worn. They might need to visit a smith or a tailor, a leatherworker, or a similar expert to make the item wearable. The cost for such work is 1d4 times 10% of the market price of the item. Tools. A tool helps you make specialized ability checks, craft certain items, or both. A tool's description includes the tool's cost and weight, as well as the following entries. Ability. This entry lists the ability to use when making an ability check with the tool. Utilize. This entry lists things you can do with the tool when you take the utilize action. You can do one of these things each time you take the action. The entry also provides the DC for the action. Craft. This entry lists what, if any, you can craft with the tool. For crafting rules, see crafting equipment later in the chapter. Variants. This entry appears if the tool has variants, which are listed. Each requires a separate proficiency. Tool proficiency. If you have proficiency with a tool, add your proficiency bonus to any ability check you make that uses the tool. If you have proficiency in a skill that uses with the check, you have advantage on the check too. Your features might give you proficiency with a tool. A monster has proficiency with any tool in its stat block. Artisan's tools. Artisan's tools are each focused on crafting items and pursuing a trade. Each of these tools requires a separate proficiency. Alchemist supplies 50 gold pieces. Ability, intelligence, weight 8 pounds. Utilize, identify a substance DC 15 or start a fire DC 15. Craft, acid, alchemist fire, component pouch, oil, paper, perfume. Brewer's supplies 20 gold pieces. Ability, intelligence, weight 9 pounds. Utilize, detect poisoned drink DC 15 or identify alcohol DC 10. Craft, antitoxin. Calligrapher's supplies 10 gold pieces. Ability, dexterity, weight 5 pounds. Utilize, write text with impressive flourishes that guard against forgery DC 15. Craft, ink, spell, scroll. Carpenter's tools 8 gold pieces. Ability, strength, weight 6 pounds. Utilize, seal or pry open a door or container DC 20. Craft, club, great club, quarterstaff, barrel, chest, ladder, pole, portable ram, torch. Choreograph's tools 15 gold pieces. Ability, wisdom, weight 6 pounds. Utilize, draft a map or small area DC 15. Craft, map. Cobbler's tools 5 gold pieces. Dexterity is ability, 5 pounds. Utilize, modify footwear to give advantage on the wearers. Next, dexterity, acrobatics, check DC 10. Craft, climber's kit. Cook's utensils 1 gold piece. Ability, wisdom, weight 8 pounds. Utilize, improve food's flavor DC 10 or detect spoiled or poison food DC 15. Craft, rations. Glass blower's tools 30 gold pieces. Ability, intelligence, weight 5 pounds. Discern what glass object held in the past 24 hours. Discern what a glass object held in the past 24 hours DC 15. Craft, glass bottle, magnifying glass, spyglass, vial. Jeweler's tools, 25 gold pieces. Ability, intelligence, weight 2 pounds. Utilize, discern a gem's value. DC 15. Craft, arcane focus, holy symbol. Leather workers tools, 5 gold pieces. Ability, dexterity. Weight 5. Utilize. Add a design to a leather item. DC 10. Crafting, sling, whip, hide armor, leather armor, studded leather armor, backpack, crossbow bolt case, map or scroll case, parchment, pouch, quiver, water skin. Excuse me. Mason's tools, 10 gold pieces. Ability, strength, weight 8 pounds. Utilize, chisel a symbol or hole in a stone. DC 10. Craft, block, and tackle. Painter's supplies, 10 gold pieces. Ability, wisdom, weight 5 pounds. Utilize, paint a recognizable image or symbol you've seen. DC 10. Craft, druidic focus, holy symbol. Potter's tools, 10 gold pieces. Ability is intelligence, weight 3 pounds. Utilize, discern what a ceramic object held in the past 24 hours. DC 15. Craft, jug, lamp. Smith's tools, 20 gold pieces. Ability, strength, weight 8 pounds. Utilize, pry open a door or container. DC 20. Craft any melee weapon except club, great club, quarterstaff, and whip. Medium armor except hide, heavy armor. Ball bearings, bucket, caltrops, chain, crowbar, firearm bullets, grappling hook, iron pot, iron spikes, sling bullets. Tinkerer's tools, 50 gold pieces. Ability, dexterity. Weight is 10 pounds. Utilize, assemble a tiny item composed of scrap which falls apart in 1 minute. DC 20. That's so weird. Craft, musket, pistol, bell, bullseye, lantern, flask, hooded lantern, hunter's tarp, lock, manacles, mirror, shovel, signal whistle, tinderbox. Weaver tools, 1 gold pieces. Ability, dexterity, weight 5 pounds. Utilize, mend a gear in clothing, 10 DC, or sew a tiny design. DC 10. Craft, padded armor, basket, bedroll, blanket, fine clothes, net, robe, rope, sack, string, tent, traveler's clothes. We're moving on to wood carver's tools, 1 gold piece. Ability, dexterity, weight 5 pounds. Utilize, carve a pattern in wood. DC 10. Craft, club, great club, quarterstaff, ranged weapons except pistol, musket, and sling. Arcane focus, arrows, bolts, druidic focus, ink pen, needles. Other tools. These tools support adventure and other pursuits. Disguise kit, 25 gold pieces. Ability, charisma, weight 3 pounds. Utilize, apply makeup. DC 10. Craft, costume, forgery kit, 15 gold pieces. Ability, dexterity, weight 5 pounds. Utilize, mimic 10 or fewer words of someone else's handwriting. DC 15. Or duplicate a wax seal. DC 20. Gaming set varies. Wisdom is ability. Weight, utilize, discern whether someone is cheating. DC 10. Or win the game. DC 20. Variants, dice, 1 silver piece. Dragon chess, 1 gold piece. Playing cards, 5 silver pieces. 3 dragon ante, 1 gold piece. Herbalism kit, 5 gold piece. Ability, intelligence, weight 3 pounds, utilize, identify a plant DC 10, craft, antitoxin, candle, healer's kit, potion of healing. Musical instrument varies. Ability is charisma. Weight varies. Utilize. Play a known tune DC 10 or improvise a song DC 15. Variants. Bagpipes 30 gold pieces 6 pounds. Drum 6 gold pieces 3 pounds. Dulcimer 25 gold pieces 10 pounds. Flute 2 gold pieces 1 pound. Horn 3 gold pieces 2 pounds. Lute 35 gold pieces 2 pounds. Lyre is 30 gold pieces and 2 pounds. The pan flute is 12 gold pieces and 2 pounds. The shram is 2 gold pieces 1 pound. The viol is 30 gold pieces and 1 pound. Navigator's tools 25 gold pieces. Ability is wisdom. Weight 2 pounds. Utilize, plot a course DC 10 or determine the position of a stargazing by let me say that again. Determine position by stargazing DC 15. Poisoner's kit is 50 gold pieces. Ability, intelligence, weight 2 pounds. Utilize, detect a poisoned object DC 10. Craft basic poison. Thieves' tools 25 gold pieces. Ability, dexterity, weight 1 pound. Utilize, pick a lock DC 15 or disarm a trap DC 15. Well, friends, that concludes Chapter 6. Tune in next time for Chapter 6 Equipment Continued. Pose any questions, suggestions in the comments. Like, subscribe, and have great games next time.